You can support people living with Parkinson's by participating in Moving Day. The fundraiser is happening September 21st at SUNY Erie North's campus.
Right now, we're joined by Christopher Gemelli, Advancement Director for the New York chapter of the Parkinson's Foundation. Chris, it is great to have you here. Thank you so much for coming in.
It's wonderful to be here, and thank you for the opportunity.
So this is a very big fundraiser for a number of reasons, not only financially, but emotionally and physically for those living with Parkinson's. What does this walk represent?
Well, it represents an opportunity, first and foremost, for the Parkinson's community to get all together and to socialize, which is one of those things that, when people get diagnosed with Parkinson's, that tends to fall by the wayside. They get a little more self-conscious about going out. Friends may not call quite as much. And so it's an opportunity for them to get together. It's a place where they can learn more about both the resources that we as a foundation provide, as well as the local resources that are available, and also an opportunity to learn more about movement and exercise disciplines that they can do to help allay the symptoms a bit with their Parkinson's. So we'll have movement demonstrations. We'll have 2 or 3 of those going on, an opportunity for them to try something they may not have tried before. And then, of course, we'll have the walk. So it's a great opportunity for people to get together just to kind of meet, to talk, to learn, and to move.
Chris, I've done a number of stories about Parkinson's as a disease, and in specific, we talked about this during the break, Parkinson's boxing there in the town of Tonawanda. Incredible people that do incredible things. But that story has taught me a very unfortunate fact in that there are higher numbers of Parkinson's in Western New York than other places across the state or other places in the country. And I think that goes to show just how important an organization like you guys are to be able to provide the resources for the, sadly, growing number of people who are afflicted with this disease in this
Yes, there is a bit of a prevalence here in Western New York. There are a number of places around the country where there's a little higher rate than maybe some others. Western New York is one of them. What we have learned, some of the research we've done as a foundation, we undertook a 3-year project to better understand what those numbers related to diagnosis are. And what we found, these numbers were released in January, is that we were off by about 50%, honestly. And so we have found that the rate of diagnosis with Parkinson's is the highest of any neurological ailment at the moment, any chronic neurological ailment. And so every 6 minutes, somebody is being diagnosed with Parkinson's. That's going to be 90,000 people this year alone in the U.S.
But there are things that people can do. And I think just being associated with different organizations around Western New York, a lot of people don't realize there are resources available for people that are just getting into this disease, or maybe a loved one is getting into the disease. They are free. They are available. And guess what else? They're run by pretty incredible people.
They really are. We have a national helpline that people can call, and it's staffed by professionals who do an amazing job of answering questions, directing people to where they can get the resources locally. The foundation is constantly building our store, our library of resources, both online with webinars and different what we call fact sheets that people can access online, as well as books and publications, different things that they can actually get sent to the home for free that they can use at home to learn more about the symptoms that are most problematic, how to approach what's coming up, and just really how to plan for what they're facing, this journey they're on.
Chris, I love that you mentioned community before, because really at the end of the day, that's what this is all about, right? That's what this walk is all about, bringing the community together all with one common goal. What do you make of how this walk has grown over the years, how the local chapter has grown over the years?
It's grown tremendously. There's no question about it. And, we're expecting 600 to 700 people this year, where I think the very first moving day we did 13 years ago, we may have had, 70 people, whatever it might have been. It's grown tremendously. And what Moving Day shows to me is that when the Parkinson's community gets together, there's just this wellspring of good feeling of all these people. Yes, they've got Parkinson's, or they're a care partner, they're a family member, but they recognize that they are all kind of together, they're working towards a common goal, and it's really a family-friendly, fun event, I mean, yes, we're working to beat Parkinson's, but it's a great opportunity to come out, see the rest of the community, make some connections, and really enjoy the day.
All right, 2 opportunities here. If you could do us 2 things. 1, give us the information, logistics on the walk, and then I'd like for you to give folks the best place to go if they do have questions about Parkinson's and if they want to learn more.
Sure. The walk is going to be on Saturday, September 21st. We'll be at the SUNY Erie North Campus. We're going to be on the Worley Drive side, not the Main Street side, on the Worley side. Festivities kick off around 9 o'clock. We'll have movement demonstrations from 9 till 10. The walk will kick off shortly after a little ceremony at 10 o'clock.
Perfect.
And if people need more information about Moving Day, they can go to movingdaybuffalo.org. If they need information about the resources we have and Parkinson's in general, they can go to parkinson.org. Parkinson without the final S. .org.
We, of course, make sure we have everything linked on our website, wivb.com. September 21st, Moving Day. I will be out there with Chris. I'm
Nice.
very much looking forward to it.
The
It's going to be
MC
a
this
blast.
year.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Chris.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and we look forward to seeing everybody at Moving Day.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.